Nirudyogi Bachao, Unemployed Bachao. I am Siddhartha. A warm welcome to risk fighters and unemployed of Telangana and AP and dear youth. So, friends, everybody must remember that so far, even two Telugu states, if you look at Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, there is no confirmation on notification calendar yet. Most probably, we have thought this month we may receive any information regarding notifications. So, as we had informed before, in Telangana and AP also, in Telangana they have informed 50,000 post recruitment. Andhra Pradesh police recruitment information was given by Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy. Now the people are very busy with local elections in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. They are looking for graduate elections, MLC. So I would like to say, dear friends, you continue your preparation. You should not deviate from anything else. Some people desperately they are trying to confuse the students. I tell you, friends, you prepare well. The continuous laboratory and industrious planning, hard work, and these will lead to the good position. I am sure. I am with you. And also, I would like to announce today, I am going to contest in MLC elections of Hyderabad and Rangareddy. So I want your support. I am sure, I promise you, if at all some miracle happens and something goes wrong, I can say, if I win in that elections, I am sure, I am assuring you, I will give my complete salary, which I get every month, 1,45,000, around 2 lakhs per month MLC salary. I give to the unemployed. And also, until we get the notification calendar, I start hunger strike on day one. This is our manifesto. I am announcing. I don't stop my hunger strike until we get the notification calendar from the government. This is our promise to the people of Telangana and the youth of Telangana, unemployed of two Telugu states. Please remember these points. Accordingly, please support us. I will fight for you. I will stand for you. I will take you in a proper position, proper place. I am with you. I have the dare, courage. I will be accountable. I am sure. Think for a while, share this information, work as a team. We will achieve. Let's do tomorrow onwards. That's our planning. Now let's see the Hindu paper today. 1 in 5 Indians exposed to novel coronavirus sero survey. Threefold rise since August. Large proportion of population still vulnerable. ICMR. Nearly 1 in 5 Indians had been infected by the SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus until December 2020. The third round of this serological survey by the Indian Council of Medical Research has found this is roughly a threefold increase since August and a 30-fold increase since May when previous rounds of the survey were conducted. The message is that a large proportion of the population remains vulnerable. Vaccines are necessary and there can be no complacency with regards to masks, social distancing and hand hygiene. Dr. Balram Bhargava, Director General ICMR, said at a press briefing on Thursday. The survey sampled people from 70 districts across 21 states. The overall prevalence in the population was 21.5, which averaged over India's population, indicated that about 270 million may have been exposed to the virus. India has So far, confirmed a little over 10 million infections or 27 cases to each confirmed case of infection. In the previous survey, there were 26 to 31 indicted cases for every confirmed case. India is showing a declining number in fresh infections since September, with only around 12,899 new infections added on Thursday and 1.6 lakh active cases. This whole context is explaining that how the corona cases have been declined and what exactly the statistical numbers of India and where the significant institution and only one organizer, that is ICMR, has denoted that the India, if you take 5 people, out of 5, one person has, you know, pretend or maybe got the coronavirus. So this is the numbers which is given by ICMR regarding health related corona cases. Now we see for affluent EPF is not nest egg, but goose that lays golden eggs. Largest EPF account has a staggering balance of 103 crore. More than 1.23 lakh high net worth individuals deposited more than 62,000 crore into their employees' provident fund accounts in 1890 alone. And the largest EPF account has a staggering 103 crore balance. Sources in the Department of Revenue said on Thursday, defending the budget move to tax the income on employees' PF contributions over 2.5 lakh a year. This context is denoting that provident fund information, how the provident fund is given to the people and what exactly the amount will be, and it will be categorized into different departments and where the central government has taken into the defense platform, because in the PF is always undertaken by the Prime Minister of India. It's a special category, special portfolio. Even in that, there is vulnerable sectors and sections would be taken care of by the central government. If you see the corporate companies and institutions and private organizations and central organization, central departments and government jobs, the PF Provident Fund takes place in a key role, a vital role, I can say. Every employee definitely, the one looks for Provident Fund, where he gets, how he gets, and what percentage it will be added by the central government and employer. Employee gets from the employer. It is a 50-50 ratio sometimes. Sometimes it varies. I cannot deny that. It depends on that. Now you see, Delhi police to probe international conspiracy to defame India. Over 300 social media handles being used for pushing hateful content. I don't think so. It's a hateful content. Some people think like that. The Delhi Police Cyber Cell has registered an FIR and will investigate an international conspiracy to defame the country. A senior police officer said on Thursday. The officer said a Twitter handle had shared a toolkit document, but deleted it later. It was apparently created by an allegedly pro-Khalistan organization, Poetic Justice Foundation. We have not named anybody in the FIR. It's only against the creators of the toolkit, and the police will be investigating that, said Praveen Ranjan, Special Commissioner of Police. We are monitoring social media in connection with the Kisan agitation. We have identified more than 300 social media handles pushing hateful, malicious content. See, this complete information is denoting about hateful and malicious content. Malicious content is nothing but which is hateful, which is dangerous, which breaks the country unity. This malicious content and this international conspiracy. So the police people are saying that they are investigating the real culprits, and also they had a doubt on that. Simply they are saying that they did not mention anyone's name on FIR because it is under process right now. In early stage, we cannot confirm anybody's name. So who are behind this conspiracy? Definitely the conspiracy has to be exposed. People are looking for that. We respect the farmers, but this Khalistan and terrorist and anti-Indians, anti-nationals and so-called farmers and so-called people, so-called politicians have involved in this. This is not my statement. They had a doubt on that. We cannot deny on this. The investigation must be completed as soon as possible. Now you see MPs fail to meet farmers. A delegation of 15 opposition MPs on Thursday went to the Gazipur border to see the situation at the farmers' protest site and meet those protesting against the three farm laws. Shiromani Akalidal Harsimrat Kaur Badal, who coordinated the visit, said because of the unprecedented barricading, they could not meet the farmers. See, they have mentioned unprecedented barricades were arranged by the police. Why the unprecedented barricades means if these MPs meet farmers, what will happen? Because farmers get more support from various places. So this information became very, complicating now. The situation is in a dangerous zone. So government has to think about it, take a proper step to resolve this issue. Second dose of COVID vaccine from February 13. US calls for dialogue, support right to protest, following expressions of support on social media to the farmers. Protest by several well-known personalities and celebrities including pop icon Rihanna, youth climate activist Greta Thunberg, and others. The US government has also spoken, encouraging dialogue and supporting the right to peaceful protest. The US reactions were recorded in a statement released by its embassy in New Delhi and through a State Department statement released to a Wall Street Journal reporter on Thursday. Washington also welcomed steps that would enhance the efficiency of India's markets. The Ministry of External Affairs likened the vandalism at the Red Fort on Republic Day to the January 6th attack on the US Capitol. It said internet access was shut off to prevent violence. Many times I have seen whenever the violence takes place, the government initiates the prevent the internet, prevent the some sort of social media sites, and they try to prevent with the help of barricades and 144 sections they impose. But I say always it cannot work out. They have to change the people mindset. They have to manage the situation. This is important. And also they make the very simply. This whole context is denoting about the US government opinion on the farmers protesting. They mentioned that whenever protesting is happening, it must be peaceful protesting. Everyone accepts, everyone respects the peaceful protesting. So last time what happened, this they explaining that the January 6th, the protesters vandalized the capital city, capital building of America. And in India, January 26th, some of the protesters allegedly vandalized. They created a panic situation and vandalism the heritage place and public property. It cannot be accepted anymore. Perhaps they want some identification, but end of the day, the judicial inquiry is required. It has to enter in that. Then the justification will be prevailed. It can be happen. Now you see another information. Film on Disha to go to larger censor panel. The examining committee of Central Board of Film Certification has referred certification of Disha Encounter, a crime thriller film produced under the supervision of Ram Gopal Verma to depict the ghastly rape and murder of Wet Disha to a larger revising committee as it could not come to a decision. The film whose posters and trailers were released last year and streamed on YouTube was set for release this month. But Disha's name changed. Parents approached the High Court saying the movie was turning out to be real-time story of the incident that took place on November 26, 2019 on Hyderabad outskirts. The court directed the center represented by the censor board to act. The response to the directions, a four-member examining committee saw the movie but left the decision to a larger eight-member revising committee as it felt the contents were too sensitive for it to pass certification. The date, time, and place of examination of the film will be intimated later. The producers were meanwhile asked to furnish 15 copies of synopsis and songs of the film. They were also asked to ensure that the print of the film was the same as that was shown to the examining committee and no alteration was carried out. The controversy over the film was raised after Disha's parents raised objections that they were not consulted when it was sought to be produced. They claimed the storyline was very close to real episode. They did not agree with the contention of producers that the film was aimed to bring awareness among people. However, the film producer Natti Kumar told the Hindu that they were only bringing out whatever was in public domain. It was a modest attempt to see that no one dared to raising hand on women after seeing the film. The idea was to send a strong message that human animals were still present in society and beware against them. He alleged that hurdles to the film were deliberately set up a target Ram Gopal Verma. The film directed by Anand Verma has Srikanth, Sonia and Praveen Raj as main star cast. Four youths who were accused of raping and murdering the woman were killed in an alleged encounter. In that sense, the film was titled Disha Encounter. This whole context is denoting that Disha parents approached High Court. The film stars and film producer and director has explaining that they are going to release the movie which denotes already existed information on public domain. So they are not at all misusing or defaming the woman or insulting the woman. So they made it very clear that there are people who live in the society, they are calling as human animals. So they must be exposed. Once they watch this movie, the one can realize how the society will be. The human animals, we must be very careful. This is about completely briefing about this text. Tamil Nadu governor declines to take call on Perarivalan, says President in competent authority. Tamil Nadu Governor Banwarlal Purohit has refrained from taking a call on a plea for the early release of Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. Convict AG Pararivalan is said the President of India was the appropriate competent authority to deal with Perarivalan request for freedom. His Excellency, the Governor of Tamil Nadu, considered all the facts on record and after pursual of the relevant documents recorded that the Honorable President of India is the appropriate competent authority to deal with the request for the remittance vide his order dated January 25, 21. The proposal received by the central government will be processed in accordance with law. The Ministry of Home Affairs informed the Supreme Court in short affidavit on Thursday. A bench led by Justice Nageshwar Rao is scheduled to take up the case on Feb 9th. The MH affidavit highlighted that the case against Perarivalan concerned the assassination of none other than a former Prime Minister of India. Get Loan Apps blacked High Court. DGP told to file status report on rate of interest suicides. Telangana High Court on Thursday instructed the Director General of Police to take immediate steps to ensure the mobile phone loan apps were blacked, hearing a plea on the instances of some citizens ending their lives due to harassment by loan app operators. The High Court instructed the DGP to approach the sources from where such apps are downloaded and get them blacked for further operations. A bench of Chief Justice Hima Kohli and Justice other people said the police commissioners of Hyderabad, Cyberabad and Rachakonda would have to file independent reports on such instances and the actions they had initiated to check illegal activities of the loan operators. The status report to be filed by the DGP would cover all aspects of the loan apps like the reported exorbitant rates of interest being collected from borrowers and instances of suicide reported in different parts of the state. The petitioner Kalyan Dilip Sunkara, an advocate, stated that the loan operators were charging rate of interest ranging from 150% to 450 on weekly or fortnight basis. Those lending loans through such apps were accessing photos and details of the contacts of the borrower. Once the latter downloads the app, they would start harassing the borrowers by making repeated phone calls to repay the loan amount. They would defame the borrowers by contacting the borrowers' friends and known persons having access to their details through the mobile phones. The petitioner said they were adopting unethical and illegal means to collect the loan amount by accessing personal photos and information of the borrowers. The petitioner sought a direction to ban all such mobile phone loan apps. The matter was posted to March 18 for next hearing. These are the informations are highlighted in the Hindu. Now we see the Hands India. Previous government drafted budget with eye on vote bank. Prime Minister Modi making statements. Narendra Modi on Thursday said the previous governments drafted the union budgets with an eye on their vote banks and made them just a medium for making promises they could not fulfill. For decades in our country, the meaning of the budget was restricted to what announcements were made in whose name. The budget was turned into an account of the vote bank, Modi said. The Prime Minister was launching a year-long commemoration of the centenary of Chauri Chaura incident, an outbreak of violence that forced Mahatma Gandhi to call off his non-cooperation movement against the British, paying tributes to the people who were sent to the gallows for burning down a police station and killing 23 policemen. Modi said the Chauri Chaura martyrs had not got the place in history that they deserved. He released a postage stamp to mark the beginning of the centenary year of the incident. In an address delivered through video conference, Modi hailed India's power of unity and said this will help the country become a world power. The Prime Minister listed a future in his government's recent budget that he said will help farmers. Chauri Chaura martyrs did not get their due. Modi. On the 1972 episode, Modi said whatever happened in Chauri Chaura 100 years ago was seen as a simple incident of arson at a police station. The fire was not only at the police station but in the hearts of Indians as well, he said. The Prime Minister did not refer to Mahatma Gandhi's decision to call off the non cooperative movement over the violence by his followers. Chauri Chaura was a self motivated struggle of the common people. It is unfortunate that martyrs in this incident were not given a prominent place in the pages of history. He said 99 descendants of those involved in the incident are being honored as part of the Chauri Chaura commemoration, which began Thursday with Prabhat Peris or morning processions in all Uttar Pradesh districts. Teja Surya, who heads DDMA of Hyderabad, shrouds in mystery. Baldia to Gaya. Talk to resolve rights logjam. US. UK Parliament debate farmers issue. Cash flow to impact budget spends. Government examining means ways to increase revenue. Serum Institute of India, UNICEF enter deal. UN body will have access to 1.1 billion doses of COVID vaccine for over 100 nations. Now you see the Deccan Chronicle today. Telangana unions, state unions reject PRC 7.5% pay hike proposal. KTR pushes for civic body bonds. Black instant loan apps, arrest, guilty, orders High Court. MP stopped from visiting farmers. FIR says toolkit shared by Greta was drafted by pro-Khalistanis. Iran strikes inside Pakistan. India blacked 296 apps in 6 years. Now we move to Telangana today. Mere 20 lakh for 2 MMTS projects. Center allocates 2,420 crore to state. No word on major projects. Like in the previous years, Telangana has been short-changed by the union government in its budget for railways in 21-22, with the state allocated 2,420 crore half of what Andhra Pradesh has been given. The neighboring state was allocated 5,800 crore for 21-22. In the 2021 budget, Telangana was allocated 1,800 crore, accounting for an increase of rupees 546 crore, which is much less than the rate of increase in the last couple of years. In the 1920 financial year, Telangana was allocated 1,260 crore, which rose to 1,800 crore in the 2021 budget, recording a rise of 612 crore compared to the last couple of years. The allocations dropped by about 66 crore at a time when Telangana was seeking higher allocation for various projects, including the coach factory at Kajipet. There were many expectations from passengers for allocations of MMTS Phase 2 and Gatkesar Yadadri Extension Phase 2 projects. However, much to their disappointment, a mere 10 lakh was allocated for each project. In the current budget, considering the fact that MMTS Phase 2 project was sanctioned in 12 and 13 fiscal financial year with approved cost 817 crore, and the Gatkesar Yadadri extension MMTS Phase 2 project was sanctioned in 16-17 with a revised estimate for 12 crore. The allocation of just 20 lakh for the two projects put together in being seen more as an insult to the state that has been progressing at a rapid pace and has been a leading contributor to the central kitty. SCR General Manager Malia, addressing a virtual press meet here on Thursday, said the zone was allocated 7,222 crore, which he termed as a staggering amount. January 26 violence akin to capital Reuters MEA says US reactions to farmer protest must be seen in its entirety. House after the Biden administration reacted to the farmer protest, India on Thursday said the comments must be seen in their entirety and appear to compare the reactions and sentiments in the country after incidents of violence and vandalism at the Red Fort on January 26th to those following the recent clashes at the US Capitol Hill. At a media briefing, External Affairs Minister spokesperson Anurag Srivastava said any protest must in the context of India's democratic ethos and polity and the ongoing efforts of the government and the concerned farmer groups to resolve the impasse. The incidents of violence and vandalism at the historic Red Fort on 26 January have evoked similar sentiments and reactions in India, as did the incidents on the Capitol Hill on 6th January, and are being addressed as per our respective local laws. He said, police suspect Khalistan link. The Delhi police said it has registered an FIR against unnamed persons in connection with the toolkit shared by Greta Thunberg and others, with a top official saying initial probe suggested the documents link with pro-Khalistan group. Team discussed farmers issue. Kohli. Indian captain Virat Kohli on Thursday said the ongoing farmers protest against the new agriculture laws has come up for discussion in his team meeting where everyone has expressed what they had to. Kohli did not divulge the details of the brief conversation on the matter. Over 21% may have had COVID, 4 killed in Jeep auto collision, 4% died, and at least 3 were injured in a Jeep auto rickshaw collision at Gollapalli in Jagadevpur Mandal of Siddipet district on Thursday. The deceased were identified as Bariga Ramesh and other people. According to Inspector of Police Koteshwar Rao, the auto rickshaw was heading towards Gajwel from Chintalapalli, Srisailam and Kanakaya boarded the vehicle at Chetlapalli and Sujata and another woman. The police said rash driving by the jeep driver caused the accident. People traveling in the jeep escaped with minor injuries. Meanwhile, villagers of Chatlapalli staged a protest on the road demanding ex gratia to the kin of the victims. Organic Bazaar with a special touch. GMR signs MOU with Airbus. GMR Group signed a memorandum of understanding with Airbus to explore potential synergies in several strategic areas of aviation services. They will collaborate on areas such as maintenance, components, training, digital, and airport services, both for commercial and military aircraft to benefit the entire aerospace ecosystem in country. Job security for RTC employees. Chief Minister Chandrasekhar Rao on Thursday signed on a file pertaining to guidelines providing job security to Telangana State Road Transport Corporation employees. The TSRTC employees had in the past brought to the notice of the Chief Minister that they were being subjected to unnecessary harassment while discharging their duties on several occasions, and that they were also losing jobs. Petrol diesel price up again. Petrol and diesel prices on Thursday climbed to fresh high as rates were hiked by the most in recent times. Even as fuel retailers said the government can cut taxes to ease consumer burden, petrol and diesel price was hiked by 35 paisa per liter each after a gap of a week. Sensex touches new high. These are the main information have given Telangana today. Now we move to Times of India. Cops smell conspiracy in dock. Tweeted by Thunberg file FIR. India draws Republic Day violence parallel with capital raid. One in five adults had 1 in 5 adults had COVID by mid-December. ICMR survey. Big jump from 7.1 in August, 0.7 in April. Vax priority to those over 60 years indicates government. Despite chill in North India had warmest January in 63 years. High Court cracks down on rogue loan apps, tells cops to spare none. TMC got 100 crore, TDP 81 crore via electoral bonds. Trinamool Congress received over 100 crore, constituting 70% of its total income for 1920 via electoral bonds. Even regional parties received a big chunk of their income last fiscal through electoral bonds route, with TDP share at 81 crore, BJP 50 crore, JDU 13 crore, JDS 7.5 crore, SAD is at 7 crore, and AIADMK is 6 crore. Chalan, fury, cops lose power as avenging electrician cuts supply. In international cricket returns, one cricket returns to India after 13 months. Top 20 HNIs have 825 crore lying in their PF's account. Government made the statement. I would like to reiterate from the English papers today. One is farmers' agitation information, and also the America has made the statement very clear. They are supporting 3 formulas, especially by Joe Biden, new president of America. And another thing, the Narendra Modi has urged the people of India regarding his intention on Chauri Chaura incident, which took place in 1922, where the people who participated or who involved in that, they were not honored appropriately. Apparently, he made that clearly. They will be recognized, they will be remembered, they will be honored. This is given by Modi. Another information, Mr. KCR, he was planning to, end card for PRC and unemployment allowance. We will see. He wanted to add in the budget coming days. Whether it happens or not, we don't know. We will see. The time will tell us. Now see later, another information is highlighted in all the papers today. That is the local apps which took place redundantly. Apparently, many youth people, they end their life because of harassment from the loan lenders. The borrowers were treated in a bad way, so they scolded them, they harassed. Due to that reason, the High Court has involved in that. High Court has given instruction to the police of Telangana people. Those apps must be removed from the concerned sites. This is given by the High Court. These are the issues highlighted today, and some of the disappointment news is given. Thank you very much for everybody who are supporting Netaji TV channel. We'll come back to tomorrow. I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a nice day. I am signing off. Yours Siddhartha. Wish you all the best.